So when you say philosophy class, people are like, oh my God, like, oh really, you're enlightened, oh, what are you learning? Oh, so boring. How old are you? I'm like, so I think it's not about all that. So my cousin introduced me to this course. So it's basically understanding the history of, say, philosophy or the thoughts, the thinking way of life, where maybe our Indian or Greek or any other
It's not just Indian philosophy.
No, it's not Indian. It's also Greek philosophy. Then you have Chinese philosophy. You have like a lot of Western concepts coming in.
Yeah.
So where the program is called Living Philosophy Program, which gives you a different perspectives to life that you're living. It's because I think we're always caught up into how we are. And I think when we reach our 20s, you already have few things shaped in your head and you're always thinking, this is the secret of success, this is the path I need to take, this is working out for me. And usually when you see young adults or say adults post 40, they're always unhappy with the way they are. But they're not regretting their choices, but they do regret their choices. But I'm saying you're always unidirectional of how you want to be. So I think this is an interesting program where they give you a perspective of a way of life. There is no way of life, but you choose what you need to do, and to be more aware of what you feel and why you say what you say. And if you're angry, is it coming out of your personality, or is it the circumstances, or is it something that's bothering you? So it's not a preachy session that I'm attending, but it just makes you more aware to say that how do I live my life meaningfully, and what's your purpose? Why are you doing what you're doing? So I think once you kind of fine tune that, you can go longer, no matter what you do. I could be an RJ or an actor or a dancer or an astronaut, but there's one way of life that you subscribe to, and it's nice to explore. So it's very difficult. It is, and it's something that we all know every day. Like, you have to wake up at 5 if you have to be at your work by 7. It's a simple thing to do, but what drives you to do that? If you don't like the job you do, are you doing it for money, or are you doing it to keep yourself busy? These questions we don't answer ourselves. So why am I doing this TV show? Is it because I want to be popular, or is it money, or is that something I really want to do? It is okay not to answer them, but it's good to know these answers so that you don't get stuck. It's like a kind of fine tuning of whatever you have learned all these years to unlearn and learn.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. Sometimes I can't make it to the class. Who sits for 2 hours and talk about Aristotle? And but end of the class, I'm like, glad I learned something.
Yeah.
It's about our everyday choices that we make.
Yeah.
Why are we making them?
Right.
How meaningful is your partner to you, or what are you adding value to? So I think instead of just living, or like how I'm going with the flow, there could be a purpose stitched to that. Maybe it'll be more interesting, I feel.
So what's I think we should really dive deep into this, because this is something I'm very keen on and quite interested, because like you said, it's apparent but not really practically being used.
Yeah.
Right? So there's this very weird sort of imbalance. There's this weird notion that, like you said, philosophy, it's just boring. What are you talking about? And why would you want to listen to Aristotle or Seneca or whoever? Exactly. Right? All these folks, they have lived their lives. You live your life, dude.
Yeah.
Relax. But at the same time, all these guys who say this are very easily either blinded or have their own, vision on what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they don't know that's their purpose, or they're
Correct.
doing this without even thinking, right? So it's great to always keep an open mind to understand what, that's basically the journey, the show, what the show is about, right? It's about journeys. It's about what different individuals are doing and how they get from point A to B to C. And like you said, the journey is never really done.
Yeah.
Like I heard something very interesting a while ago, and I can't quite recollect where I saw it. The question was something on the lines of, how do you know when you made it? So the answer was something like, there is no it. So what do you mean by make it? You don't make it. Anyway, you're still going. You you just don't know if you're going to make it.
You're never done.
Yeah, even after your life's done, you probably still haven't made it. Who knows? There's still more life left. So, so coming back to this, what's the format like? What do these classes entail? And is it, like you said, going into each one of these different regional specific philosophies? Are they talking about different philosophers, stories? What's the format like?
So, like you said, it's also about, just to add to what you say, like when you say take a product and then you see what are the ingredients in it, you don't really have to do it, but it's out there for you to see it, to say that, okay, there's so much % of sugar in this. You didn't have to know that, but you know. So it's about also knowing what are you made of? What are your ingredients? How many % of what you're giving? You know? So it is knowing yourself deeper. So the format that they follow is, first few classes are about knowing yourself, knowing thyself, where they touch upon a lot of philosophers about how they have pictured this entire journey of knowing yourself, and what the Hindu philosophy says, what they also used Mahabharata as an example, say, what are these scriptures saying, or say what does Plato have to say about knowing yourself. And then they move on to sociopolitics, where how do you know your society, your community, and how you can know the other person. How can you be a leader? Are you a leader? Are you that person who can lead a person, or you are somebody who can be led? And nothing is wrong, nothing is right. It's just a way of life. And towards the end, we have a discussion about how much you've learned, how much, what are the things that you can apply, and not everything that you can do. So, for example, if I wash my hand after a meal with a soap, it's a practice that I've done because I care about, say, being my hands clean. But it's a stupid thing to do. But that's a practice you do, that I will wash my hand with soap after every meal. But it's as simple as that I am going to do this no matter what. So if that is the journey of knowing yourself, so be it. But if you don't want to know, that is also a way of life. To say that I want to be ignorant, I don't want to know any truth, I don't want to know anything about it, I love the way I am. That is also a way of life. So what is it? But if you know, the choice is yours. You make the choice. This is how I want to be, this is how I don't want to be. So to make that conscious decision that I know what I am and I'm consciously doing this, gives you more independence and liberation, is what I feel it is.
Nice.
I don't know if I can get there, but I will.
You'll
one
try.
day.
Okay, yeah, you will get there. Yeah.
But I think so a lot of people, like if you look at our parents, they've learned it over years. They didn't need a class. They didn't want anybody to tell them that, this is what life teaches you. But I think right now, a lot of young adults, a lot of 20s, 30s, young people are under so much stress. You don't know, you want everything figured out. And you need help, you need a path, and you don't know that it's within you. And you want someone to just clear it up for you, saying that, hey, it's inwards, look there. Can't do anything else.
If you could just let us know how these classes actually function. I mean, is it an individual class? Do you, again, this is more from a very personal interest perspective, but is it a group session, and are you all required to start at the same time and they walk you through pretty much everything irrelevant of what you're looking for out of this whole class, or what are these sessions like?
So these are group classes. They have the center in Jayanagar, newly opened now, and in Indiranagar. And right now, because of the situation, they're doing online classes. And it is a 16-week course. So for, say, 3 months, you do this course for 2 hours. Every Tuesday is when I had my classes. And we had 2 teachers coming in every week and teaching us different parts of the philosophy classes. So it's quite interesting because also you may not have like-minded people in your class, but all of them have their thoughts about each different aspect of life, and you kind of learn with them. And your teacher also talks about a lot of things, which is quite nice because it gives you a perspective that you've never thought about. To say that just a little more or to say the fact that to sit through the class for 2 hours. Maybe some classes are really good and some classes could be slightly boring, but end of the day, you have interaction with other students and with your teacher. So it's been a different journey. It's a difficult one because it actually tells you what you are. And while they're talking, you kind of realize that where you stand and you don't want to accept it easily. So kind of puts you in a spot and say that you figure it out. You have to do it because there's no other way. You have to do it.
Yeah.
So...
So at what point did you kind of come to that sort of realization? And was it a session that kind of hit very close to home, or did you kind of feel it very, was it a sentimental sort of, let's say a tone that you kind of resonated with, or was it something on the funnier side, something on the lighter side? What did you take away from the class as a whole? And at what point do you realize this class is just, initially I came into this notion and now I need to be part of more such classes, right? Yeah.
So see, we also have an advanced level course, which is going to start immediately, but I just thought it was too much for me already to dwell on these concepts that I've learned. And then the fact that if I have to apply even one in my life, it's going to take a lifetime. So it is a never ending journey. It's a process. Some days, you might do it for 10 days and the 11th day you're like, okay, I think I'm done. I've done enough already, so I need to get some kind of gratification for what I've done. So there are a lot of things. It's an ongoing process. Some days you feel great, some days you don't feel great, but to accept both levels of consciousness or the various levels of consciousness is also a task to know, to be aware, and to know where it is coming from and how to deal with it, and what's more mature and what's more long term and what really matters. So when you're angry, when you're heat of the moment, you may not understand everything, but at least now I know that immediately after you lose it and you say, this is where it came from, so I'm not going to do this again. You might do it or you might not do it, but
at least you're aware to some extent.
Also, right? For me, when I was doing theatre, there are a lot of these texts that I came across, and Prakash used to discuss, say, the plot or the narrative or about the playwright or about the philosophy that he's coming from. So there are a lot of things that I learned in my journey also. Some people who come and say that, this is what the character meant, and say it could be about desire, it could be about leadership, it could be about, say, relationships, about sexuality. And they were all very inspiring. So that's when I thought, maybe to learn more about it is to either read those books and understand it yourself, or you just go to a class and your teacher will tell you that this is what it is.
Right.
So it's beautiful to know different concept, just to be more aware. It may not make you a great person, but you're more aware. That's all.